and let me start by thanking you for joining me today for a webinar about the Microsoft Solutions Partner Badges. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Microsoft Cloud Partner Program because it's very connected to the Solution Partner Badges. So the idea of the webinar is we're going to give you an overview of what MCPP is about and the main point of what's going to change or what has just changed on the 3rd of October. And then we're going to dive into the Solutions Partner Badges, how they work, what are the new criteria, and how you can find out where you are and how to build your plan for becoming Solution Partner Badge ready. So I'm Sandra Kutsenko. I'm the Director of Training Services at 365 Talent Portal, and I have been in the Microsoft ecosystem for 8 years now. I specialize in career and professional development, and as part of that, I'm the head of our Microsoft Learning Partner practice, which is how I got to know quite a lot about, about the Microsoft partner ecosystem, the different tools that are available to partners, and how things like the badges work. A quick word about 365 Talent Portal. We're a Microsoft Learning Partner, as I was saying before. We're also Microsoft hiring platform. And now we are also consultants and advisor for Microsoft partners who want to optimize their Microsoft partner practice. All right, so diving into the topic, the Microsoft Cloud Partner Program. As you might already know, it was implemented earlier this month on the 3rd of October. It replaces the Microsoft Partner Network, and it's that new umbrella under which your partnership as a partner with Microsoft is being listed and considered. And it comes with a new competency system. And I'm putting these little quote marks when I say that because it's not really called competencies anymore. It is now called Solutions Partner Badges. So very high level overview, you might already know some of this, but the Solutions Partner Badges are now replacing the silver and gold competencies. There's one badge per solution area, and I'm going to dive a little bit later into exactly which solution areas are available here. They're pretty much aligned with the previous solution areas in which you could get silver or gold competencies. And what is new for most workloads is that it works now with a point system, which I'm also going to explain a little bit later. So in order to walk you through the Solutions Partner Badges and how to find the right information, what I'm going to do is I will walk you through the different areas of Microsoft Partner Center where you can find the corresponding information, because that's one thing Microsoft have actually done really well this time, is that they've put a lot of information really clearly into Microsoft Partner Center. So just by going into your own account, you can find out a lot about the different Solution Partner Badges. And the reason why I'm doing it this way is because, as you might know, Microsoft changes things very often, which means that what I'm going to tell you today in this webinar might not be valid a month from now, or 2 months from now, or a year from now. So what I would like is give you the tools so that you can regularly go back and know where to go to check what is the current reality of the situation. And I will explain things as we go along. So this screenshot here, that's the dashboard of a Microsoft Partner Center account. And in order to be able to see this and access what I'm going to show you, you will be needing to have admin access to Microsoft Partner Center. So if you don't have this, you will need to either ask for it or to work with somebody in your organization who has it already. And I will share the link as well if anybody is not entirely sure how to access Partner Center. I'm going to give you this presentation, and there's going to be a link to Partner Center and to a lot of other really useful resources. So once you log into your Partner Center, you will get onto this dashboard, and what you will be wanting to click is this membership area that is currently circled on the slide. And that will take you to this page, which directly falls under the Solutions Partner Overview. And there's quite a few interesting things for you in here. And the first being that on that page, you can see the summary of where you are in your Solutions Partner badges for every solution area. So it tells you how many points you have out of 100 for all of the workloads. And from here, if you scroll down, you'll be able to see everything and how you're tracking. So I said earlier, I would list the different solution areas. So I'll do that. And you can see on the left-hand side of this slide, under Solutions Partner, you've got the 6 different areas in which you can earn a badge, starting with business applications, then Azure Data and AI, digital apps and innovation, infrastructure, modern work, and security. You can have one or several badges depending on obviously what products you sell. And one thing that is useful to know is that some badges are easier to obtain than others. So one of the partners that we worked with and we helped with their partner practice, they're a BizApps partner, but they actually had more points in Modern Workplace just because Modern Workplace is a little bit easier to reach than some of the others. It's our understanding that Microsoft are still working on balancing everything out, and so it is very likely that some of that will be changing a little bit later on. Before we go into one specific area as an example, I would like to draw your attention to the timeline that is showing up on this page. And that's actually a very useful tool to check out. So you can see it tells you about the dates when you could last renew your legacy competencies, which was the 30th of September. Oh, apologies, let me go back. All right, it's got the date of October 3rd, which was when the Solutions Partner badges came into play and were first available. One thing that not everybody knows that I want to explain is that the partners who between October 3rd and their first anniversary date reach the criteria for Solutions Partner badges, the badge will automatically get attributed to you. So for example, if your next anniversary date is on the 1st of September next year, and you find yourself meeting the criteria for a badge on January 10th, then on January 10th, you will automatically have the badge attributed to you without needing to repurchase it. That's going to be a part of your purchase of silver or gold membership. Whether or not you qualify for a badge from now till your next anniversary date, if you're renewed with a silver or gold competency last time, you will be able to keep your benefits. So now that the badges are in place, you should no longer be using your silver and gold little badges on your website if you don't reach the Solution Partner badge criteria. However, you will be able to still use your benefits, which is a good thing. And then during from your first anniversary date, there's going to be 2 possible scenarios. The first scenario is that you meet the Solution Partner badges criteria and they've already been attributed to you. And so you will be able to renew on the Solution Partner badge level and keep it and be able to continue displaying it on your website. And when you do that, you will have a choice of benefits. You will either be able to take the Solution Partner badge benefits, or you will be able to keep your legacy silver or gold benefits if for any reason you prefer to keep those. If you were a silver or gold partner and by your next anniversary date you do not meet the solution badge criteria, obviously you will not be able to get the badge, but you will be given the option to buy your benefits again for 1 year. So you will be able to keep the gold level benefits, your internal license rights, the support hours, and everything like that. This will be benefits only, just to be clear. So if you don't reach Solutions Partner badges, you obviously will not be able to display a badge. You will not be able to display silver or gold competency logos, but you will be able to keep the benefits. Now, we'll do a little bit of a deep dive into one example solution area, and I'm going to walk you through the different criteria for the Solutions Partner badges And before I dive into that, I just want to pause and check if there are any questions about what we've talked about so far. You can type them into the chat or raise your hand. And actually, I will say at any time, if a question comes to you as I'm talking, please pop it into the chat and I'll be pausing regularly to check if there's anything that anybody would like to know. So carrying on then with this, so this is the example of the business applications solution area and the different criteria in there. The criteria are fairly similar in all the other solutions areas. So I'll just show you these ones. And what will be interesting for you to do is to jump into your own account and check where you are in the solution areas that interest you specifically. So I see that I think there was something. Put the link to the partner center here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some interesting links on the last slide, so you'll be getting it then, because I've got it somewhere, but it's going to take me a little while. So I'll get it over to you when I get to that slide at the end. So let's start with, oh yes, a few things that are going to be useful to know as well. This account where this information was taken is a UK account. I have noticed in working with partners that different countries have slightly different point systems. So depending on where you are in the world, the numbers might be slightly different. And that's why it's also important for you to know where it is and how to get to it, because your information might be not exactly what is on this account that's being displayed. So now we're going to go into the specifics. So the thing that's been done really well is that everything here, if you click view details, you'll be able to see exactly how the criteria work. So for example, here, performance net customer ads, that tells you exactly how the score is being calculated. So obviously it works with your customer associations. And here, that's why it's very important to make sure your customers get associated to you in the right way. So check here, you've got the different workloads that count, and you also have the different types of associations that work. With a lot of links and documentation, if you want to learn about a specific aspect, about linking the different customers and how that might work. Two important things to know. The first one is that for certain workloads, there are consumption units thresholds for the customers to count. So that means that some of your small customers are not going to be showing up because they're just not consuming enough to be counted in the partner center. And the second thing that's also important to know is that there have been many instances of reports of bugs wherein some customers that should count actually are not showing up in Partner Center. That's a bug that is coming from the Partner Center account. So one very important thing for you to do if you're reaching for a badge and you want to get to it is to come through this particular area. Look through what customers are showing up. And here you see there's a download button at the top under metric measured. I'll actually do this. So here, this download button. That allows you to download a spreadsheet that shows all of the customers that are counting here in this criteria. So what you can do is download it and check whether are all the customers that you think should count listed on there? Is anybody missing? This way you can report to Microsoft, start a support request and get things fixed if things are not the way that they should be. Right, next. So the next part is the skilling. And let me see, did I? Okay, so I missed one of the skilling parts, but that's okay, I can talk you through this. So on the skilling side, you've got two types of certifications. You have intermediate and then you have advanced. The skilling area, we've had a lot of questions about this because sometimes it's a little bit confusing. What's important to know is that you are being ranked on the number of certified individuals that you have. And each certified individuals gives you a certain amount of points. So for example, here, so this is an example of advanced certifications, but it actually works the same. Intermediate and advanced are two separate categories, and the only difference here is the certifications that count and the amount of points that you get for having the certifications. So here you see that there's 3 different possible certifications listed in the advanced certification area. Each workload is going to have obviously different exams and different amounts of possible certifications. For the Azure side, sometimes you need to have combinations of certifications where someone needs to have 2 to count as 1 point. But here it's any one certification. And so if you have one individual that has all 3, it's still just one individual. It's not more points for having more of the certifications. So it's going to be the same for the other side, obviously. And again, here, one very useful thing to do is to go and analyze this area, check whether so you can have that same download button here that tells you who is counting against your account. It's also very useful because it tells you when the certifications are expiring, so you can see what's at risk. You can see whether everyone who should count is actually added. And if not, you can ask people to link themselves to you. And there's a link down there, if you can see, that says link certified employees. That tells you how you can manage this linking. So again, it is quite well done. And you will be able to see all of the information you need by clicking the intermediate and the advanced certifications. One useful thing to know here as well is that if you can have the same people take intermediate and advanced certifications, and they're going to count in each category. And the last category is customer success, which has 2 different areas, deployments and the usage growth. And again, so this is specifically for BizApps in the UK, so you will need to go through your own account to see how that works, but it's about the amount of eligible deployments. Obviously, what's eligible is going to change depending on your chosen solution area, which means, so this one is for BizApps, and then you've got a lot of details about the types of associations, the workloads, and the consumption value as well that is going to render these deployments eligible. Normally, if your customer associations are counted properly, this should also be counted properly because it is connected to your customers. It's still a good idea to check as well and see if everything's showing up the right way. And it's the same system where you've got a download button here where you can check everything that is counting and see if anything is missing. And then usage growth is the same. So this is about how much usage has grown from the past month in the same year. And another thing that's actually useful to know about the point system is that everything that I've just talked about counts on a trailing 12 month. So for example, your customer adds, it's all the customers that have been added in a trailing 12 months. So if you've had a really good month exactly 12 months ago, next month some customers might drop out and not be counted anymore. That's also normal. Deployments is the same, and then the customer success as well. They're watching a trailing 12 months and comparing it to the trailing 12 months of the year before. And so the same thing here goes as with the others, where you've got a lot of information about how to link different types of customers and what sort of criteria count for the customer success. Now, I want to go back to the summary page here, just to mention a few things that are very useful to know and that not everybody knows. The first one is, you probably know that already, but just in case, you need a total of 70 points out of 100 to get the badge, so you don't need everything maxed out. And so that means you can balance out some weaker areas with some stronger ones. And for example, skilling is an area where we've been told it's sometimes a bit difficult to have enough individuals in your organization to get all the points. So if you're doing well with the others, you don't necessarily have to have everybody counting in the skilling area. And same for certain workloads, for example, the deployments, it can be hard to have the consumption value that's going to make the deployments count. So maybe you can compensate it with skilling. So that's kind of a balancing out, and that's part of as well of what you need to do in order to reach your badges is go there and see what are the areas where you have the most chance of increasing your points so that you can get to 70. And then the other thing that goes hand in hand with that is that you need to have at least 1 point in every one of these 5 areas in order to get the badge. So even if you have 75 points, but you have 0 here, for example, then you won't get the badge. So there's got to be at least 1 everywhere, and then 70 or more. So a summary of what we just went through in terms of how to get the badge. The first thing that you'll need to do is log into your Partner Center account, go through these different areas for the workload you're interested in, make sure you understand the criteria, check how you're tracking, and check whether everything's showing up the way that it should. So that will go through identifying the bugs, that will go through making sure you're familiar with the criteria, finding your gap and your easiest area for growth there, and then you can build a plan. Skilling is quite easy. You can either get your existing individual certified, or maybe you need to get somebody else on board who can get a new certification for you. The customers, understanding the customer criteria can help you find out what type of customers you need to target a little bit more in order to get the right sort of associations. And one thing that has come up as a challenge for a number of the partners we work with is understanding customer associations and how they work. And that's quite a complex area of Partner Center. It's very important to have somebody in your organization who can help with that. I realize we have only 5 minutes left, and this has lasted a bit longer than I thought. So let me move on to the useful links page here. And what I'm going to do is copy them and paste them for you in the chat. You will be receiving this presentation alongside with the recording, but I'm going to put them down here now if you want to have them straight away. Well, they're showing as really big, so hopefully you'll be able to use them easily. So we've got the partner centers, we've got a page that explains solution partner designations, the MCPP blog announcement that also links to some useful information about MCPP. And there's an MCPP FAQ, which has answers to some of the most often asked questions. Quickly, something I want to mention here for partners who find it a little bit difficult to go through everything by themselves, and that's completely understandable because there's a lot to do. We offer a partner practice consulting service where we can bring in a Microsoft expert. So we work with people who used to be PDMs at Microsoft, and they can come in and analyze your Microsoft Partner Center account for you and help you optimize it in various aspects. One of the things we do is MCPP help. So all the things that I just walked you through, we can have someone go there and do this for you, look through your customer associations, manage the Microsoft support requests, which we've been told are sometimes a bit of a hassle. So all of that can be done by us, and you don't really have to worry about it. We can do a full Partner Center audit as well, where we look through your whole account and we check whether you're making use of all the Microsoft tools that you can be using. We can help you optimize marketing and sales. We can also help people start a new Microsoft partner practice, register with Microsoft, create the different accounts, making sure your business profile is all in the right places. So those are some of the things that we offer, and I will be sharing these links with you as well for you if you want to learn more, so you can go and check out the pages. And there's also a link if you want to ask for a free consultation to walk through some of your specific questions that have to do with your own practice, and see if we can help you a little bit further, there's also a link there that you'll be getting via email, and you can contact us and have a chat with us about this. So there's only 3 minutes left. I want to leave that time if anybody has additional questions to ask. For me, you can put them in the chat or come off mute and ask. Thank you, Silva.
Sandra, yeah, we have someone that is chatting, so maybe we can
people
wait.
are asking. Okay,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It was just a thank you message in the chat.
There's someone else typing.
Yeah, someone else is typing.
Is there a minimum size or minimum number of employees to have badges? That's a great question. No, officially there's no minimum size or minimum number of employees. The only thing where you might find it a bit challenging is if you have a small company is getting enough individuals to get the skilling points. But if you're maxed out in the other areas and you just have one certified individual, you might still be able to get them. Somebody had a challenge with reload presentation. Absolutely. So the recording is going to be emailed to you. Please check your junk email folder in the next couple of days. A lot of our emails are getting to junk. So if you can't see the email, it's going to be sent to you probably tomorrow. And yes, so you'll get the presentation and you'll get the recording. Thank you, everybody who's saying it was informative. I'm very happy it was useful. All right, thank you, everybody. I see it looks like it's over with the questions, so thank you so much for joining. And please keep an eye on your junk folder on your mailbox for the recording and the additional information. And reach out if there's anything we can do to help.